welcome back to my channel. It's Christy here to do the weekly reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you don't know your Moon and Rising sign, check the description box for a link where you can find your whole birth chart. And that way, for additional information for the week, you can always check out your Moon and Rising sign readings in addition to your Sun sign reading today. So this is for Libra for the week of September 5th to September 12th. We'll be using the Medicine card Tarot for a 3-card spread, and then using the bottom of the deck card for general energy for the week. And then, as always, drawing additional message cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle Tarot and the Healing with the Angels Tarot. This is a general reading, so whatever is most prominent in your life this week, Libra, I encourage you to apply these messages to, and hopefully you find them helpful and healing. So what does Libra need to know? Cool. Okay, Libra, so we have your cards. I'm just going to tune into what's going on here with all 4 card energies. We do have an element of high magic here, leading you to a place of abundance and prosperity, if you choose to accept it, of course. And issues of being a messenger. You could be the voice for someone else, or you might act as a voice of reason for someone else that helps enlighten them, even a group of people. But there's absolutely no fear here, except for I would say there's no fear with continuing this way with your magic, prosperity, and acting as a messenger, except for feeling or having a roadblock, like something's in your way or something's getting your attention, something makes itself more important. So there could be just an element of imbalance this week with how you're spending your time and your energy. But absolutely a way to, to balance that out for you here. So there could be a tiny issue where you feel as though you want to drop something, or there's an old pattern of behavior or belief system that could be tripping you up with regard to this high magic, which of course is just a changing consciousness. Just try not to get pulled into old patterns of beliefs, especially if they didn't serve you in the first place. So looking at these one by one, the buffalo in your central position is prayers and abundance. This represents you this week. This is a lovely state of mind to be in, prayers and abundance. This is faith and prosperity is another way to look at this as well. It's also just being a little bit slower, a little bit more still, a little bit more in tune with what's going on around you. You might even find yourself this week, Libra, particularly if you have a habit of speaking very suddenly or with not contemplating what you're saying before you say it. There could be an element this week where you're very comfortable taking a break before you say something, or really being more thoughtful before acting or speaking, particularly in a dialogue, right? You're going to want to take your time, and you also come from this place as well. So there is a state of enormous beauty here with prayers and abundance, because not only do you acknowledge and accept these conditions for yourself, but you are projecting this to those around you. And this is the most beautiful state of mind. This is the anti-theft, right? It's the anti-deception. It's saying what I deserve is what you deserve, and what you deserve is what I deserve. So you always want what's better for your neighbor than sometimes what they even want for themselves. So it's actually a really a highly evolved spiritual condition to come from this state of mind. So it's a beautiful state of mind to have this week, prayers and abundance. You could even be helping someone else this week through a hard time and being their rock, being really solid for them. Whether you know it or not, they might not even make it obvious to you. It might not even be obvious. And you're really helping someone. In the influence to the current position is Raven. Of course, we have magic here, and this is literal changing consciousness. Something is really lifting you out of something, either at the very beginning of the week or certainly near the beginning, closer to the middle of the week. It looks like this change of consciousness is what's going to propel you into behaving accordingly. So finally able to accept something, finally able to want more for yourself and for others. Another way to look at that is just not being stingy, and of course being grateful, just being super grateful with what you have, while allowing yourself to be more fruitful and to have more abundance. And abundance can mean whatever you want it to mean, of course, but we know that it touches not only in the material world, but in the spiritual and emotional world as well. So there could even be this enormous healing this week, Libra, where, you know, your prayers and abundance are creating culminative effects and really showing themselves. It could be a mind frame that is becoming tangible for you. So there could be a real sense of delight this week, particularly if you recognize that magic, in other words, a changing consciousness, is involved, and you've indeed done this for yourself, but with energy and with information that's always been available to you. And I think this could be a sense of delight for you, particularly because it's an influencer. So this is sort of a mind frame. It's a headspace that's allowing for this to happen. There's certainly, like I said, I don't think you're afraid here. I think you're really excited by it, and it's really going to serve you, particularly because you're coming from a place of abundance. So really nice to see that. With your probable outcome being the hawk. This is messenger. This is where you feel really confident in telling other people how this is working for you, or just by virtue of your behavior or your state of mind or what you're capable of, this will act as a messenger for other people, and you may not even have to say a word, Libra, and other people are saying, how did she do that? How did she get so healthy? How did she become so prosperous? How did she overcome an enormous trial? Like there is a real sense of capability and self-reliance this week that's going to impact other people. And all I mean here is that you may not even have to say a word about it. You might find that other people are asking you for specific advice eventually because of your success, but on the other hand, people are picking up on it regardless because it's an energy. And yeah, you're going to feel really emboldened by this, and you're going to feel really confident speaking about this type of prosperity and abundance, pardon me, that's in your life. So yeah, people are really, pardon me, taking stock of this, and I think you're influencing a lot of other people, whether you know it or not, in a very, very positive way. In the general energy for the week is opossum. This is where we're looking at diversion. We're looking at maybe being pulled in different directions. Maybe there's an old energy that's dragging you down, that you are working against the tide a little bit around that. But keep faith, keep strong, just keep moving in the best direction for you, the highest energy direction for you. And of course, with the prayers and abundance, just be sure that no one around you, psychically, energetically, financially, anyway, is stealing from you, okay? Or taking from you, or siphoning anything that you've worked very, very hard for here. Just be aware that someone's not getting in the way, even if, you know what, maybe they mean no harm. Maybe it's quote unquote innocent, but all the same, you are working at a different vibration here, and it's important not to get dragged down into lower vibrational energy here. Diversion, of course, could be set by yourself. It could be old patterns, old thoughts, beliefs, and that sort of thing. If that's the case, really try to pull yourself out of that. And I don't think it's going to feel like a lot of work for you, Libra, just because your mind frame, or the influence, the energy that you're influenced to move through the week with, is a change of consciousness. It could be that this diversion or a sense of diversion or something that would take you off balance here is being weaned out. You could be weaning this out of your life. And you can see, right, it's an opossum. It's an actually very small animal, and it's a little bit weaselly. It could be something that you wind up laughing at eventually, okay? So try not to take this whole sense of diversion here too seriously. And certainly don't make any room for it in your life this week, because the diversion will act as a lower vibration, and it's just going to create more work for you to get out of. So these both jumped out. I will take them. We have Imagine and Soulmate. So this is just really important to have in conjunction with the Raven, frankly. So we have Magic and Imagine. We know change of consciousness has to start somewhere. So you're really creating, or at least you're in the process of creating, your own reality, and you know that it's possible. Even if you've talked yourself out of it in the past, or you didn't believe it for whatever reason, you really know for a fact now that this is possible. And you're taking it by the reins. You're taking this very seriously and working from an imaginative state. We can't produce a feeling. We can't create a thought to work toward without imagining it at first. So this is a very important framework from which to stem, from which to produce from. So of course we have this under Raven, under Magic. So the magic is to be found in the imaginative stage of things. So don't discount this. If you find yourself daydreaming this week, by all means, have fun there. Be creative there. And in the Soulmates, being an environment. This is creating an environment for you where you feel loved, protected, even cherished, admired even. But certainly, if not any of those, at the very least, you feel safe and you feel respected. Okay? And this is an environment that you present for others and that you have available to you. Lots of love, lots of understanding. If this is absolutely a romantic interest, this could be knowing, for example, that this person has your back. Maybe this week will be a little test that they pass, and you know that they have your back and you can trust them on a new level or a different level here. But again, if it's not romantically speaking, this is about trusting yourself or being in an environment where you know that you are safe and you can trust the people around you. Real sense of belonging, even if it's with one other person here. All right, so we have two more. Ideas and inspiration in music. So music is always about the arts and creativity, how you express yourself. It could be that you're doing high vibrational work with music. If that's the case, keep it up. It could be even vibrational healing, which of course is tonation. You could be listening to like healing vibration 432 hertz, right? And doing cellular healing. So music could be very healing for you this week. It could be a place to go to remember your own divinity, or again, to find ideas and inspiration. So music being a creative outlook, but also we have imagine and then ideas and inspiration. So really take a lot of time this week, if you can, Libra, to feel these ideas and inspiration as though they can be manifest, to treat them as though they are a part and parcel of the manifestation process. Imagination stage, thought, and sort of solidifying the imagination in terms of what you actually want, forming a question or forming an idea or a goal. And then, of course, the way you feel about it. So that's really important this week. So some major themes to finish up are just be aware that you're not diverted out of your own condition, your higher sense of self this week. We've got magic, prayers and abundance, and messenger. There could even be ideas and inspiration available to you as a message through music this week, just a note. And then, of course, we have imagine and soulmate. So just feeling really confident and really comfortable that you're going in the right direction, highest energies available to you. And keep it up. Keep up these ideas and inspiration. And there could even be a momentum here where you're really excited. This isn't just an idea and it stays on paper. You're really excited to take action. So very cool to see for you, Libra. If you have a second, let me know how this works out. I'm genuinely interested to see if this makes sense to you. And of course, if you're not already, subscribe to my channel because I upload videos for your sign every single week. So until we meet next time, take good care, Libra. Bye for now.